Incoming transmission.
What's up, Planetfall Commanders? How was your day? I mean, your turn. Did you eradicate the xenoparasites with Pyrex, or did you merge with them in a symbiotic relationship? How goes your sector exploitation? Planetfall is an amazing game with a lot of things to do. I'm having so much fun right now with my assembly synthesis commander, Necron the Puppet Master. Defending the Basilisk nodes for 10 turns against 5 hard AIs is so much fun when everybody declares war after you decline their alliance propositions. Sorry guys, but I don't share victory. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something else today. It seems to me Trime Studios have come up with an interesting random map generator that goes well with the sector mechanic. I'm really happy with it, but unfortunately I've come across several people in multiple Planetfall communities complaining about getting bad starting locations. There are no bad starting locations, some are just better than others. And today I will explain why you sometimes get poor looking starting locations and present you the solutions to this. I think the reason behind this is that a lot of people don't seem to understand how RMG works in this game, the world types and the parameters behind it that you can actually tweak to your liking. Some players just jump into any of these, which are totally different, and combined with a couple of bad early game decisions, they feel stuck and stale so much that they abandon the game for a fresh start, with hope of getting a better starting location. Right now we have 5 world types that serve as templates, and each one does exactly what the description says. Although we might agree that the descriptions are not that detailed. We're going to test all 5 worlds on default settings. For this experiment we're going to use a small map with one-on-one settings. Depending on what type of world you pick, you will get different results in resource and landmark placement, in terms of their frequency, and all other parameters are different as well from one type of world to another. The default Imperial world is a well-balanced world suitable for colonization. This means that this world has a nice balanced mix of resources and remnants of the Empire. Let's go down and check it out. As you can see, we got a pretty balanced starting location. We have 2 resource sites and a landmark bordering our colony. A settlement pretty close to our colony so that we can start forming a relationship early on and buy them out in the first few turns. In general, there is a nice placement of resource sites. A golden landmark to the right, a lot of bronze landmarks around us, some silver ones. A cosmite sector is bordering our nearest settlement, which is great. The enemy has a good start as well. Lots of cosmite sectors on the poles. They are usually more present on the poles. Keep in mind this is a small map, and for this size the landmark number is pretty good. This was a default setting for RMG that offers the default moderate game pace. Let's go over to the frontier world. Feral barely colonized world at the edge of the Star Union. The description tells us that these worlds have been unspoiled by mankind. They should have more wilderness and less man-made structures on the map, meaning less landmarks. So games on this world should take a slower pace. Let's see if that's true. Right. Here we have something a player would call a bad starting location. No landmarks and only 2 resource sites. You can see a lot of empty sectors, a total absence of landmarks, and a huge shortage of resource sites. So far every world goes along with the lore of this game. As the description says, the Star Union has not yet reached the frontier worlds. If you played the campaign, you'll know why. A huge galactic cataclysm has taken place and stopped all further expansion and colonization. Moving on to the next type. Capital worlds are former population centers with bountiful imperial remains. Apparently this type lets you have a faster action-packed start. Well, sign me up, Uncle Sam, let's go down. Now this is what you might call a good start. We started with 2 landmarks nearby and a resource site. You can see a pretty rich setting. It's got a lot of landmarks, 2 silver ones over here, a golden one over here. Moving up north, there is 1 more silver, 2 bronze, and another gold one. No uninhabitable sectors at our starting location, and not much on the map either. It's like the Imperial world on steroids, although the starting location can be better on this world than the one we got. Let's move over to the Ravaged Worlds. The Ravaged Worlds are devastated by cataclysms or ancient wars. These worlds have more volcanic terrain, chasms and all sorts of hazards. So in the Ravaged World we got a landmark here, but it's just that one landmark, nothing else. There are more landmarks out there, but still rare, lots of uninhabitable sectors, rough terrain and a lot of hazards, such as nuclear fallout, unstable geothermal eruptions, void storms, iron storms. All this provides more challenge, as the hazards themselves provide a variety of penalties to your economy and military. So if playing on a dying world is your thing, you know what to pick. But be careful when stepping on certain hex tiles, because the floor might be lava. And we got one more world. The Infested Worlds are following the Xenoplague as a result of classified experimentation. Looks like the resource and landmark placement is a bit below default. Although we got one bronze landmark, there is only one resource site nearby. 2 uninhabitable sectors, we see some hazards, not that much landmarks. Resource sites are kind of okay outside our starting location, that is. But what this world is known for are the frequent spawner camps. We got 4 spawners over here, 3 over here, and a lot more across the map. And of course, the Xenoplague quests. Now that we have tested each world type, you can see that selecting certain worlds means selecting different game paces. And is that all we get to choose from? No, as I said before, these are just templates. If you go to the advanced settings, you'll find multiple tabs that give you control over game roles, pace and map generation. You can modify any setting on any world. If you like to have a lot of landmarks, increase one or both of these settings to many, or decrease for less landmarks. The capital world has both on many, so that's why you get a lot of good, if not epic starting locations. While the frontier has both on none. That's why we didn't see any landmarks in the frontier map. The Ravaged World has settlements on none, so you won't find any free colonies to merge with your empire. It also has a lot of climate sliders tweaked here, with volcanic and chasm being dominant, while on the frontier you have Arcadian climate and forests increased. So next time, before you hit Planetfall on any of these, consider first what kind of game pace you want, and then pick a world as it is or tweak them in the advanced options to create your own world. What I would like to see in future patches is the option to save your custom settings to a custom world name and a couple of planet icons to choose from. Since I play a lot of scenarios that are heavily modified, I never use the default settings. I hope someone from Triumph Studios will see this video, and if you guys like the idea, then send them this video. I would like to connect with fellow Age of Wonders players. Subscribe to my channel for more Planetfall videos. My social media links are below together with Discord. Leave a comment and share some Planetfall stories. What was your best starting location so far? At what kind of game pace do you like to play? Until we meet again on the frontier, you all have a great Planetfall. End of transmission.